The OnePlus 15 is one of those phones, and in this video, I want to review it and I hope you can feel it too. Hello and a very warm welcome to all my cherished Moabex friends. I am Mehdi Shajari and it is truly a pleasure to welcome you back to yet another comprehensive and in-depth review video. Today we are going to meticulously examine the highly anticipated OnePlus 15, which proudly stands as this year's flagship device from the innovative company OnePlus. Our primary objective is to thoroughly investigate and determine precisely how robust and resilient this cutting-edge smartphone truly is under various conditions. We will embark on this detailed exploration by first delving into the crucial comfort section of our review, where we will assess the ergonomic design and overall feel of the device. Specifically, when we turn our attention to the rear of this magnificent device, we discover that it is meticulously crafted with the incredibly durable and advanced Gorilla Glass Victus 7i, offering unparalleled protection against scratches and impacts. Furthermore, adding an extra layer of premium safeguarding, there is also a sophisticated ceramic shield integrated into its construction, ensuring maximum resilience and a luxurious feel in your hand. And the point is, a series of processes have been done on it, this fiberglass on its black color. If you scratch it with anything, you can just wipe it off with a swipe of your hand. Even scratches don't show up on its color at all. It's so durable that in laboratory tests it shows 3 to 4 times more resistance than aluminum. All around it is aluminum, but again, through a series of processes and technologies, a ceramic layer has been added. This layer makes it much more scratch resistant than the aluminum used in other phones. At the bottom of the phone, there's a USB Type-C port, SIM card tray, microphone, and speaker. On the right edge, there are the power button and volume buttons, the volume up and down buttons, antenna lines, and at the top of the phone, there's a speaker, microphone, and more antenna lines. On the left side, there's also a shortcut button similar to the iPhone's action button, along with an antenna line. The front panel is all screen as far as the eye can see. The display has extremely thin bezels. 91.2% of the front panel is screen. The selfie camera is in a punch hole and the screen is protected by Gorilla Glass Victus. This phone has dual SIM and an IP69K certification. IP69K is the highest level of protection against water and dust. What does that mean? It means you can wash the phone with a water jet at high pressure, you can drop it in boiling water, or you can leave it submerged at a depth of say 1 meter for up to 30 days. It's incredibly resistant. It's resistant to water and dust, and thanks to the design and the manufacturing technologies used in its materials, fiber, leather, and ceramic, it's exceptionally durable. But of course, you should still be careful. Its design, I can confidently say, alongside all this durability, it has an incredible feeling, I assure you, and I give you a 100% guarantee. The best designed phone of the year. The OnePlus 15 in the next section has an LTPO OLED panel, a 165Hz display with 1800 nits brightness, supporting HDR10+. It supports everything, whatever you name it, and it has it. There are just a few points to mention. The 1800 nits of brightness will get the job done for you, but this year, most flagships usually have over 2500 to 3000 nits. If you put this phone next to another flagship under the same conditions, there's a chance its brightness will be a bit lower. That's the case. But still, you won't have any trouble seeing it in bright light, like under direct sunlight. Its display is truly flawless. The 165Hz is perfect for some games. Some games can go from 1 up to 165Hz. It can change. It's incredibly smooth with excellent contrast, great clarity, and overall top-notch quality. The display is just excellent. The next section is about the battery, a 7,300 mAh silicon carbon battery. It's amazing. I'm in love with this silicon carbon. In the previous generation, how was the thickness? It could be less, but now you get a higher battery capacity and better battery life. It gives you 11, sometimes even 12 hours of screen on time, which is incredible. With normal to heavy use, you can go a day and a half, even 2 days. 12 hours, 11 hours of screen on time. The battery life is amazing, truly outstanding. If you don't use the battery too heavily, it might even last you into the 3rd day. And you know what's really cool? It comes with a 120-watt adapter in the box, and it fully charges in under half an hour. It charges 7,300 mAh to fully in under half an hour. It also has wireless charging, but here's the thing. It doesn't have Qi 2.2. It doesn't have that. Why? Because the magnet can't stick to it. So it can't do wireless charging at 25 watts. But just charge it with the 120-watt wired charger and you're good to go. You're good to go. In the battery section, we can also see that this phone has one of its strengths here. You can see it. After an hour of Call of Duty, it still has about 89% left. It does drain the battery a bit, but the screen on time you get in everyday use is excellent. Its charging speed is also outstanding, which completes the package. The next section is security, with a fast under-display fingerprint sensor. Camera. We have three 50-megapixel sensors. This year, there's no news, no sign, no trace of Hasselblad. There's no Hasselblad this year. This year, they haven't collaborated with OnePlus. On the cameras, we have three 50-megapixel sensors, and the main sensor is really clean and tidy. It can really take clean and well-organized photos. The point is, the dynamic range could have been a bit better, just a little, but it's not a big issue. The thing is, the processing it does on the photos might not be to your liking in some cases. If you want a more natural and clean photo of a subject, especially if your subject is a person, sometimes the processing it does on the photo, the AI that enhances it, makes it a bit unnatural, but it's still cool. It's an eye-catching kind of unnatural, but, well, it's a bit far from reality. The portrait photos it takes, they're really clean shots. The main subject is separated from the background very well. In 70, 80, maybe even 90% of cases, you can't find any flaws in it. On the other hand, it also blurs the background really cleanly. But again, the point is that it applies some processing to the subject, making them look a bit more attractive than in reality, which some people might like while others might not. Its photos in night mode are also amazing, meaning the pictures you take have the least amount of noise and the subject remains intact in night mode. It can really measure the light accurately. One of the strengths of this phone's camera is its good light metering. There are two other 50-megapixel sensors, one of which is ultra-wide. The ultra-wide and telephoto photos both have a slight color difference compared to the main camera's subject. The color difference is natural, but the ultra-wide does its job neatly and cleanly. The photos it takes are good. In low light, its focus gets a bit confused. Its focusing gets a bit erratic. The exact same thing happens with the telephoto lens. The telephoto is also 50 megapixels. It has 3.5 times optical zoom, while on flagships we usually see up to 5 times. 3.5 times optical zoom. When the light drops a bit, its focusing has some trouble. That's their only flaw. But the photos they take, both ultra-wide and telephoto, are really usable, meaning they're clean and sharp. You're seeing some sample photos now. One thing to note is that I can't say its camera is exceptional anymore, because here we have the Xiaomi K90 Pro Max, whose camera could be even better than this one. In this price range, we also have some Honor phones. We also have phones from Oppo and Vivo that can actually have better cameras than this phone. But this phone's camera, like the other parts, it's not exceptional, but it's doing a good solid job and can definitely satisfy you. Filming in 8K, SE 4K 120, the videos you shoot with it, for example, have a clean, stable and sharp stabilizer. The image quality is good, it doesn't get too confusing, and you have to get used to its image style. You can shoot good videos with it too. Let's move on to the selfie sensor, a 32 megapixel selfie. Let me take a quick selfie. I turned off all the beauty filters, set it to 1, 2. Alright, take a look at this selfie. I'm zooming in. Look at the detail, the brightness, the color and lighting, the exposure. Honestly, the selfies are really clean too. Just make sure to take your selfies a bit more focused. Try not to let your hand shake too much. Of course, it's not a big problem. Really, its selfies are very clean and neat. The next section is about the processor, where the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, the flagship of Android processors, is featured in this phone. The phone I have here has the China ROM, but the global ROM is also available in Iran. The China ROM comes with ColorOS, while the global ROM comes with Oxygen OS. And since you're longtime fans of the channel, you know that I'm also a longtime fan of Oxygen OS. So if you want to buy it, the global ROM could be a good choice, but the China ROM also has some features. I'll tell you more about its performance later. Processing-wise, it's really good. It runs all games at their highest settings. Then it has a game mode where you can monitor FPS, ping, and everything else while you're gaming. And in its gaming mode, you can even open other apps or reply to your girlfriend's messages. On top of all that, you can boost the game's performance. And besides all these, the display, 165 Hz. In a series of games, it brings speed, clarity, power, and beauty to your hands, and you have an attractive feeling from playing with this phone. In the user interface, everything is clear and clean, it is moving forward, it is colorful, and it is oxygenated. The difference is that it's exactly like China and Germany, both give you options. Compare a Chinese car to a German one. The Chinese one comes and dumps all the options on you with a wheelbarrow, while the German one neatly separates and organizes the options for you. It keeps the ones you really want, the ones that are practical, cool, and attractive. You really get the feeling the good and bad thing is that they've dumped all the options in there with a wheelbarrow. You can customize every part of the phone: color, size, text, dimensions, icons, themes, basically everything. It does everything. It also has some AI features that are Google's own special sauce. You can use the same circle to search feature and things like that with it. It has some features that can turn your voice into text. It can enhance your voice. It makes your voice sound cleaner and clearer. In its photo editing, it can enhance the quality of your photos, change the portrait lighting, and even adjust the direction of the light in some cases. With these editing features, you can remove subjects from your photos, just like the AI tools that are now common on all phones. One interesting thing about it, though I'm not sure if you'll find it interesting, is that it has its own AI, and you can set this action button to use it. What does it do? It gives you an analysis. When you double tap on the screen, you can access the features it offers and ask it questions and so on. If you tap once on the screen, it brings up the page you're currently on. It analyzes the page, and you can ask it questions so it can give you some data from that page. And if you hold it down, it can record your voice, and then it can summarize that voice recording for you. This is a feature that its own AI called Bruno offers. It has some cool tricks like Gemini Live, where you can set up the action button by holding it down so it performs your tasks. This button itself is just like the action button. Even the animations are the same. When you go into the settings, it's all laid out nicely. It's called the shortcut button, and you can set it to silent mode, do not disturb, camera, flashlight, record, translate, or any of these options you like. Overall, I can say the hardware is amazing. The user interface is full of options, especially with the AI features. For example, if I give Google a 10 out of 10, I'd give this one a 7 out of 10. In terms of AI, it could have a few more tricks to be more practical. But it's not like it's really limited either. It gets 4 years of updates, which is 3 years less than Samsung and Google, who offer 7 years. But honestly, I don't think that's a big drawback. It also gives you a lot of customization options, so you can use your phone with a different theme, style, and look every day and really enjoy it. One point. I mentioned this phone. It's the China ROM. It has a few issues. First, it doesn't have a Persian menu. Adding a Persian keyboard is a bit of a hassle, but it's not complicated. And when you turn on the phone, it doesn't have Google Play on it. So you have to install the Google Play APK, and then from there, you can download any other Google app or any other application directly from the Google Store or Google Play. That's that. It's not a very complicated limitation. There are some features that the China ROM has, like call recording, which aren't available on a lot of other ROMs, meaning they're not on the global ROM. Let's move on to the last part, the speaker performance and the usual music section. Let's go. This is half volume, naturally it's stereo. The sound is loud, but in the higher tones it doesn't have very good bass. There's a bit of muffling in it, but the separation isn't bad. The speaker could be better, and its competitors definitely offer you better speakers like the K92 Pro Max. Let's go. Before we wrap up, thanks to Mobitel for providing me with this phone for review. If you want to buy any special phone, be sure to check out their website and get in touch with them. They treat you very warmly. If they have whatever you want in stock, you can go and pick it up right away and make your purchase. If not, they'll get it for you. They can bring any phone you want from China very quickly. They'll deliver it to you in a short time and at a reasonable price. Let's move on to the summary. Its design is top-notch. Without a doubt, its display is among the best and its battery is exceptional. If it's not the best, it's definitely among the top 3. Its camera is good. Not exceptional, but good. In this price range, there are better cameras available. Its hardware is excellent and gets the job done. The user interface is a matter of personal taste. If it were me and I had 110 million and this phone was available, I would recommend it to you. There are 2 new competitors. One is the K-Note Pro Max, which I think is around 20 or 30 million as well. It's cheaper than this phone and is more focused on sound. The build quality and durability of this one are much better than the K-Note Pro Max, but in other areas they're pretty much neck and neck. Plus, its price is lower and its value for money is higher. There's also another phone, the Nothing Phone 3, which is roughly in the same price range. It's better than the Nothing Phone 3 in every aspect. In fact, it puts the Nothing Phone 3 in its back pocket and sits on it. That's how special and clean this phone is, and in my opinion, as a flagship, it's not lacking anything. As for its camera, I say it's good. There are better competitors, but its camera definitely gets the job done. Its feel and vibe are top-notch.